YouTube, what's up? I tried to make this little video yesterday, but it was a little bit all over the place. I wanted to just put it on one little short video and just talk about something some issues I ran into the other day while I was doing an oil change. My idea was I was going to change the air filter, put a K&N air filter on, and change the oil because it was kind of dark. I mean, it was, let's be honest, it was black looking. I don't know why, but you know, I just figured I'll do it. And then this is the first time I ever done an oil change myself on any motorcycle I've had, right? So, you know, I looked it up, I did some YouTube research, and guys they put it out there, and it's, I mean, it's kind of idiot proof. If you take your time, you can do it. Just be careful when you're taking off your fairings. Try not to scratch your fairings up. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be having keys in your hand, nothing sharp that can scratch up your fairings while you're taking stuff apart. Once you loosen up the screws and stuff like that, go ahead and take whatever tool you're using out your hand. When you loosen these up, just go ahead and take the tools out your hand and just take them off slowly, you know, work them off and sit them somewhere where they're not falling down and scratching up. But when I got that off, I drained the oil out. I pulled it up, took the oil plug off, drained the oil, everything. I didn't take all the fairings off on the side, on the left side, just the lower half. Then I took both the upper and the lower fairing off on the right side because I had to get in there behind the header pipes to get to the filter, which became a problem. And so what this video is basically me saying to you, make sure before you start these little projects that you have the tools that you need. Like I had this oil filter removal thing here. It did me no good, zero. I couldn't use it. I guess I didn't know what I was doing or whatever, but this did not work. Then I went to an AutoZone and I found the little cap that goes on to the tip of the filter, and it has the hex screw on the back of it where I could wrench that thing off. Well, I could never find the right size because whoever put the last oil filter on this bike, I bought it from a dealer, but of course somebody had traded the bike. This is a one owner bike and it only had 12.5 on it. I don't know how many times this guy changed the oil or if he did or what, I don't know. But he had an oil filter on there that didn't have the head screw on the end or whatever. So I'm putting on the K&N filter. Of course, y'all know how those go. I can just wrench those off, but that wasn't helping me right then. So I ended up getting this tool. This is oil filter pliers. Man, I got this. This changed my whole life. I just wedged in between the header pipes and grabbed that thing and just worked it off. I mean, once it got loosened up, I could just hand twist it off. No big deal. But something like this, not having the right tools, can have you frustrated and doing all kind of shenanigans trying to get right. People was trying to tell me to hammer a screwdriver through it and twist it. I said, man, I'm not doing all that. I don't know nothing about all that. I know I'm trying to do it the proper way. And if I start trying to improvise in those kind of ways, I possibly can tear something up because I'm not experienced doing it, right? So but to back up, I had started with taking this tank off to get to the air filter. And I stripped a screw. I stripped one of the screws. I got all 9 of the other screws off, but I got to that one back here. And notice I didn't take the tank all the way off. I just had it swiveled up. And I couldn't get the proper leverage in the back, and I stripped the screw. So I'm screwed there. I'm gonna have to let somebody else, I'm gonna take it up to my guys up at Garwood, up the road in Lexington, and I'm gonna let them take this tank off and get to that screw and or whatever, unless I feel like working with it somehow. But that's another thing. I recommend if you're changing your air filter, if you really don't want to run into stripping up them bolts, those screws in the back, it'd be better for you to just take the whole tank off. I'm serious, because you're not going to get that leverage that you need, that pressure down on that screw to back it out without getting that twist, cause them screws, you know, let's face it, they cheap. The little aluminum screws, the heads just, they strip so easy, man. I mean, everybody knows. Y'all probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But what I'm finna do now, and I did get to tighten up these pipes. Believe it or not, these pipes weren't tight. I said, while I already had this stuff open and stuff, I went on and took this tail off, and I went in there and got these bolts lined up so I can get those in there tight. These hangers right here had gaps in them, and it was kind of loose on both sides. You couldn't tell, but I knew. So I just sucked it up and went on and just took it apart again and fixed that up. So the bike is running smooth. Everything is good. Everything is one.
Uh-oh. That don't sound good. Never done that before.
Now that's new. I've never had it. Never had to play with it like that. I never had it do that to me. Never had to do it to me. That's something kind of weird. So I had 12.5 when I left. After I bought it, it's at 13,250 right now. And that's how many miles I done put on it. What's that? 750 miles, something like that. Turn that off. What I want to do right quick is try to get this started over here. This bike has been sitting like forever. So I want to go ahead and see if I can get this thing started. I'm going to use my trusty EverStart equipment right here, which has the jump start, the AC plug outlet there, the air compressor. I just put air in my tire and filled them up because it was like all the way down. It's got USB ports here, 3 of them there, but that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about jump starting this thing. See if it can kick off for me. I think I'm trying to do some amazing stuff here by trying to one-hand this thing. Will it do what it do? I don't know. I have no idea if it's gonna do right. Look at that. This ain't never working for me, right? If you want to do the right thing, and these wires are so ugly in here. Look at that. This thing is bone. It's bone dead. Look at that. Ah, I left the switch on. No wonder. Oh my God, I left the switch on all that time. There's no way this thing's gonna jump start. There's no way this thing gonna start, man. Oh God, I ain't getting nothing out of it. The battery's probably totally dead, man. It's totally dead. It's gone. I think I'm gonna put some jumper cables on it from the car and see if I can get this thing to fire up. Hold up. Me and that bike been through a lot.